Welcome back to match 4, the U.S. #1 contenders match, as Dusty Rhodes, the American Dream, faces the Beast in perhaps his toughest matchup yet. And you have to wonder whether the Dream has ever faced a specimen quite like Brock. There's really no preparation for someone quite like Brock. The best you can do is formulate a strategy to neutralize that power, but his skill still remains, without a doubt. He is one of the toughest competitors to face, no doubt about that. He looks laser focused tonight. He wants to get his hands on some TCW gold. He knows he will have to go through Dusty to get there. And despite the fact that the American Dream is an absolute legend, without a shadow of a doubt, he may very well be the underdog here going against Brock Lesnar. He is a one-of-a-kind talent. And look at him, he works his way into a power bomb there. He stuffed a takedown attempt, it seemed, and worked it into a power bomb. And you just will not see unbridled strength quite like what Brock brings to the table by very many competitors. And to add to that, his technical prowess behind it is what makes him a truly scary prospect to face. You can find a lot of guys who can bring one to the table, but both, that's a match made in heaven or hell, depending on which side of the ring you stand. And look, he throws the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes, through the air like a paper airplane. I mean, this guy is a freaking muscle farm. He's a genetic freak. Dusty, never one to quit, however, and you know, the longer these matchups go, the bigger your window of opportunity get. Brock definitely likes to end it early. He's a quick and brutal type combatant. The Dream has surprisingly good stamina. You would not expect someone in his shape to be able to go the whole way to the time limit, but I have no doubt in my mind that Dusty can take it the whole 30. I just don't know whether he'll be able to, with Brock beating up on him all those 30 minutes. And you have to know, Dusty isn't afraid to mix it up with you. He'll scrap with the likes of anyone. He's looking for that bionic elbow and connects. This could be the big turn of events that Dusty needed. And he nearly won it early. And I would not have guessed that Dusty would be able to pull out a victory early on. If it ended early, I would have thought that Lesnar would win it, and here we are. Nearly gets it. And those are just absolutely brutal knees. And now look at this submission. It's a full Nelson with a prone competitor on their stomach. It's very hard to get out of, and very hard on the lower back and shoulders. And look at those jabs. Dusty, you know, while Brock is definitely well-rounded, as he is a former UFC heavyweight champion, his striking game is not what brought him to the dance, so to speak. He really leaned on his ground game. Dusty, on the other hand, definitely a top striker in the ranks of TCW. He's trying to put it on full display here and utilize it up against this very tough amateur wrestler rather. And would you look at that? DiBiase changed his tights to come out here and aid his fellow Alliance member Brock Lesnar. And you would think that Roddy Piper would have gave him enough trouble, but no, he has something to prove, it seems. He's trying to help Brock win that #1 contendership. You have to wonder what DiBiase has to gain out of all of this. And now they're really putting the screws to Dusty. Lesnar's able to catch his breath while DiBiase deals with Dusty on the outside. And perhaps, well, now DiBiase, just as quickly as he entered, now walks down the aisle back to the dressing room. And that's just dastardly. You know, this is a #1 contendership match, and some buffoon with a wad of cash thinks he can do whatever he wants in this promotion, and I have to be honest, it makes me absolutely sick. But Dusty able to get a pin and the 3 count. My goodness, what a turn of events. And you know, Dusty, even though he was able to make lemon juice out of lemons, he's gonna have his sights set on the $1 Million Man after that interference. I guess Dusty just had the juice and could not be beat on this day. Up next, we will have the U.S. title on the line as the champion Tanahashi will go one-on-one against Kenny Omega. Stay tuned as we have 2 co-main events coming up next and 2 champions putting, or 3 rather, putting titles on the line.